more on the examples rather than the sutras. Sutras will mention, but we'll just not too much analysis. Focus on the examples. So पूर्वस्मिन् सप्ताहे तु नासीत्. Last week there was a power cut here. So like a power is stored in my evening. So like 11-12 hours power cut. ततः पूर्वं उपपदविभक्तिः इति विषयः. So Karak Vibhakti, Upapada Vibhakti. Vibhaktis are used again two different ways. Karaka Nimittam Tatha Upapada Nimittam. Karaka Nimittam. So many times these. So when we say Karaka Vibhakti, you know that they are because of the Kriyanvayi Karakam. Kriyasa Hanveti iti Karakam. And otherwise Kriyasa Yatra na Anveti Tatra Upapada Vibhakti Bhavitum Arhati. Iti Samanya Vishaya. But many times you find these lines blurred, where actually many of these examples, they do not necessarily distinguish that this is Karakam, this is Upapada Vibhakti, because when we are using Upapada Vibhakti also, supposedly, there it's possible to extract the Karaka Vibhaksha. Anyway, there is no direct relationship many times, so you can say Upapada Vibhakti. So main thing is, in many places, it's clearly we can see Karakam Nasti Upapada Vibhakti, but many times there is a blurring of this distinction. So पूर्वं किमासीत् अस्माकं विषयः द्वितीया भक्ति इति सर्वतसो कार्यादि. So avita parita samayanakashaha pratyogi. So we saw that, right? Then the Ditya being used. Choram dhikka, etc. Ubhayataha, sarvataha, paritaha, etc. We saw that. And then karma pravachaniya. So this is a new topic. Karma pravachaniya. Upasargas. Yeah. Upasargas, they are called, they get this karma pravachaniya sanjna also. This is a technical term again in Vyakaranam called karma pravachaniya. So this usually they get this karma pravachaniya sanjna. When they are with the kriya, they are directly not connected in the sense, they are directly joined with the kriya padam, like agacchati, apagacchati, etc. So where the apa and gacchati is not a separate word there, they are together. So in that case they are upasarga. Otherwise they also have separate existence in many cases. So in that case what happens, they are called karma pravachaniya. We did cover this one, right? Prathak vina tritiya. Yeah, we did that. Prathak vina nana. Yeah. Vatam vina vayam na jivamaha. Jalam vina meenah na jivati, etc. We have seen that. Okay. Karma pravachaniya. Udaharanam kim? So there are some sutras here. Anurlakshane, Anurlakshane. Anu is one of the karma pravachaniya. And then lakshane, when it is used in the sense to indicate a lakshana, or what is lakshana? Character. It is referring to something. In that case, that gets the karma pravachaniya sajna. And then karma pravachaniya yukta dvitiya. When it gets the karma pravachaniya sajna, then dvitiya vibhakti has to be used with the word which comes with anu, not an anu. The anu is basically an avyam, just anu, pari, etc. They are just standing, freestanding. And udaharanam atra japam anu vrishtihi abhavat, or japam anu avarshat. Varshati is the kriyapadam here. Japam anu. Japam anu avarshat. Now here we are trying to avoid, there is no need to avoid, but just for clarification, the sandhi here. Anu avarshat, or if you do another upasarga to avarshat, make it pravar. So that sandhi is avoided between anu and pra. Japam anu pravarshat. So here what we are trying to say is after japa, japad anantaram vrishtihi abhavat. That is the meaning here. So what are we trying to indicate? This sentence is trying to say this is not a random correlation here. Japa. So there is japa. What is japa, like meditation? No, not meditation. Chanting, you can say. Japam. So after japa, I just use japa word. You all know that. After japa, anu pravarshat. So I am saying that after japa, it rained. So japadanantaram pravarshat. So what is the correlation? It's not a random occurrence here. So this sentence is trying to say that the rain happened because of japa. And the reason of doing the japa was to expect the rain. So the rain happened due to this japa. So that is the reference here. Anu is referring to japa as a hetu or a nimitta. So it's being a cause here. So that's why pravarshat. Because of that, some effect is taking place. In that case, anu becomes the lakshana, because it is like a nimitta here. So here, japam getting the dvitiya bhakti, because anu is being the karma pravachaniya. So japam anu pravarshat. So that is the example here. So similarly, you can use anything with anu, like something due to something, cause and effect kind of relationship is there. So if you are thinking that japa, we just made the japa and then there is no relation between that and the rain, then you can say japadanantaram. That is fine. But this is, if you're using like this is indicating that there is a cause and effect kind of relationship between these two. Like sangeetam anu, sangeetam anu anandat, nandati, sangeetam anu anandat, anandah bhavat, because of music. Okay, now the next example here is karma pravachaniya again. Anu, we are talking about the anu only. Anu bhimam kauravaha. That's another example. Anu bhimam kauravaha. This means anu bhimam kauravaha. This means Kauravas are heenarthe. This is a different, there is a different sutra for this, heene. So anu, when used to indicate a hinatva, Kauravas are inferior to Bhima. So in this case, anu bhimam Kauravaha. Bhima is getting the Dvitiya Vibhakti because anu coming as a karma pravachaniya here is the anu bhimam Kauravaha santi. So that is, anu is not part or is not joined to that santi as a upasarga here. It's just a freestanding. Anu can be used anywhere in the sentence. But in this example, Bhimam Anu Kauravaha can be used, Anu Bhimam Kauravaha can be used, but it is just a karma pravachaniya, separate word here, indicating hinatva of something to compare to something. So under the similar to Anu, use to indicate the hinatva, Upa also can be used. Upa Bhimam Kauravaha. Hinatva. Upa Bhimam Kauravaha.
Sir, has it got any relation with Anuvartate?
Huh?
Anuvartate.
What is that? Anuvartate?
Yeah, any relation with this Anuvartate for this sutra?
Anurlakshane.
Anuvartate.
What is anuvartate? Are you asking
No.
what is
Yeah. No, I am not asking that. I ask this particular Anuvartate has got any relationship with this theory. That's what I am asking.
No, anuvartate there it's upasarga. It is not anuvartate, anu is joined with vartate, right? Kriyapadam.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is like apagacchati, agacchati, like that. So that is a upasarga. It is not a karma pravachaniya there.
Okay.
Then the next sutra here is Lakshana Ittam Bhutakshana Bhaga Vipsasu Pratiparya Namaha. So we'll see examples here. So here this is basically saying there are three more karma pravachiniya pada here. One is prati. So here this prati, pari and anu. Prati, pari, anuvaha. So that is prati parya namaha. In that there is sandhi there. Parya namaha. Prati, pari, anavaha. In these three words, which are there, prati, pari, anu. These three words, when they are used in the lakshana itham bodha akhyana bhaga vipsa, in this cases they get the karma pravachaniya sanjna. So udaharanam asti vruksham prati vidyut vidyotate. So this is example given here. vruksham prati vidyut. What is vidyut?
Light.
Electricity.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Yeah, electricity. From there electricity is used. This vidyut is used for electricity because originally it is from lightning. vruksham prati vidyut visheshana dyotate bhati iti vidyut. Vidyut means shining, right? It shines very very much. So that's why it's called vidyut. vruksham prati vidyut vidyotate or pratibhati. You can use bhati also. So it vruksham prati vidyut. So here prati is again freestanding here as a karma pravachaniya. So what it is vidyut? Vidyotate. You can add. So imagine there is a lightning happening, and there is when the lightning happens, it is you see a tree in the darkness. You see a tree because of the lightning. So here is a lakshana. So lakshana means it is trying to, this lightning is trying to show you that ruksha, that is the concept here. When the lightning happens, the tree is revealed or shown. So in that case, this prati or pari or anu, any three of them can be used in that place. Vruksham prati vidyuti jyotate, vruksham pari vidyuti jyotate, vruksham anu vidyuti jyotate. Here anu doesn't mean, here anu meaning lakshana, but anu previously used anu bhimam kauravaha, there it was hina, but here it is lakshana. So vruksham prati, so but in that case, prati pari also can be used to indicate that the vidyut, this lightning, is actually flashing towards that tree. Indicate that vruksham prati pari anu vidyotate. Then so here other itham bhuta is just a statement. So the udaharanam can be given. So here, for example, bhaktah devam prati asti. Prati asti means what? Bhaktah devam prati asti. Means bhaktah is interested or towards the God. It just means that there is no special meaning there. Bhaktah devam prati asti. Then there is a bhaga. There is one bhaga here. We'll see an example of bhaga. Bhaga means part, right? So udaharanam asti harihi, not hari, because Ditya Bhakti, we are studying Ditya Bhakti. We'll say harihi, harim prati lakshmi, harim. These examples are when we usually read, these are viralameva. Harim prati rama lakshmi. So what we are trying to say is Rama, Lakshmi, is part of Hari. Harim prati Lakshmi or Rama or Madhavi. So again, in this case, prati, pari, anu, all three can be used. Harim, pari, Rama. Harim, anu, Rama. Any of the three can be used, which means Rama is part of Hari. Another good example for this bhaga or a portion which belongs to somebody. So suppose you are playing some game or something, or some money is being distributed, so or something is being distributed, so then there you can use this just the prati. Yat tvam ditya bhakti, this is important, that's what I was studying, right? Yat tvam prati asti prati pari anu. Yat tvam prati asti tat grahana. Tat grahana, this could be dhana or anything, right? Yat tvam prati asti tat dhanam grahana. So what you are trying to say here, whatever is your portion belongs to you, take that part. So here this prati is being used indicate a portion or a bhaga. So basically, we are saying yad dhanam tvam prati asti tat dhanam grahana. So the last one here is a vipsa. Vipsa is a repetition. Vipsa. The vipsa repetition. One example we can see. So balakaha. Suppose he is sprinkling the water to the trees. There are many trees. So we can say saha. So we want to say balaka is sprinkling the water to each tree. So how we want to say each tree? We can use other formations like ekaikam, prattekam, etc. Prattekam ruksham, sinchati. You can say that. But otherwise, if you are using vipsa here and with the prati, that is possible. Balaha ruksham prati. So here ruksham is a vipsa here. Repetition. Doubling. Ruksham prati. Sinchati. Jalam sinchati. Jalam is not required here. So, ruksham prati sinchati. Balaha ruksham prati. So, prati here being the karma pravachaniya. Ruksham is a vipsa. And in vipsa, so we are saying the vruksham sinchati, prati sinchati. Every vriksha, every tree is sprinkling. Then
So here, how the prayoga ipsa is coming here? Vruksham pratisinjari.
vipsa means doubling, repetition.
Oh,
Ruksha is
doubling. Ipsa is doubling. Okay.
vipsa. Okay. Next, what we'll see. Ati is another way coming as karma pravachaniya. Atiratikramaneh cha, which are not written here. But yeah, some examples. One example we can take. Ati, when used as a karma pravachaniya, then the word which comes with ati gets the dvitiya bhakti. Udaharanam, atikramane means excelling, surpassing or excelling something. ati vanaran marutihi means what? Ati Maruti is better of all the vanaras. So there are other ways of saying this, vanareshu shreshtaha Maruti, like that. But this, if you are using ati as a karma pravachaniya, then vanara, that shabda gets the dvitiya, vanaran, ati vanaran Marutihi. There is one what else we can say? Then there are others also, api also there, but they are not very common. So let's move forward. We will be studying Ditiya only, all the. Okay, apavarge tritiya. Let's go to tritiya. Tritiya vibhakti used as a upapada vibhakti. Apavarge tritiya, first one. So udaharanamasti. Apavarga here means the completion. Okay? Apavarga. Varga is separation, like class. You know the class. Varga, what is a class? Varga prachalati. Class is a group or separation within a samudaya. So here apavarga means completion, complete thing, completing some action in this case. So when completion of something is being indicated, then tritiya vibhakti is applied. Udaharanam. मासेन रामायणम् अधीतम्. रामायणम् अधीतम्. Okay. So here masena, we are saying masa. So obviously this is not a karana karaka, right? So we are not using the masa means month here as a karana. So we are saying that Ramayana was studied, if you want to translate, if you should translate it, but not necessary, by, like you say Ramayana was studied by a month. By a month means what here? Masena Ramayana Vaditam means during the month, the whole month, Ramayana was studied and completed. The study was completed. Only when the study completion is intended, then only this tritiya is applied. Otherwise, if it is not completed, then you can apply Ditiya on the Masa. Masam Adhitam Ramayanam, which indicates that Ramayana you attempted to study, but it was not complete. The study was not complete. Like that. So similar example, Saptahena, Saptahena, something like Bhagavad Gita, Kanthagata, Kantasthikruta. Saptahena Bhagavad Gita, Kantasthikruta. Saptahena you are using Tritiya, which is indicating that the memorization was complete and you got hold of completion and the memorization was successful. But if not, then you can use Saptaham. Kantasthikruta Bhagavad Gita means that you tried but it was not possible to complete it. Then the Sahayuktya Pradhane, this is famous one. So you already know this. So in case of Saha, when the Saha is used, Sahayuktya Pradhane, Tritiya Bhakti is used. So Mitrena Saha Milami or Putrena Saha Pita Gacchati. Putrena Saha Pita Gacchati Ata Agacchati. Putrena Saha Pita Gacchati. Matra Saha Putri Vasati. Something like that. So here when the Saha is used, Putrena, that put with whom the action is being performed. So here Pradhana Karta. So where when we say Putrena Sa Pitra Agacchati, Gacchati is a Kriya Padam and pradhana karta. There are both are going actually. So, but pita is the pradhana karta is considered here. Pita gacchati te putrena sah gacchati. So putra is also going, right? Putra, pita both are going, but we are using only pita gacchati, and with whom he is going? Putra. Putra is also going with him. So if you take the Shabda Bodha, this Sahayukt Saha, if you think like that, Shabda Bodha means the manifestation of the words there. Putrena Saha Pita Gacchati, what you understand? Who is doing the main work here? Gamana Kriya. Putrena Saha, who is going with whom? Who is taking whom in the sense? Pita Gacchati Putrena Saha. So generally you might think that, oh, the Putra is the main person going there, and Pita is actually accompanying him. So that kind of Shabda Bodha is also possible here. But in this case, the sutra is saying Sahayukta Pradhane, the one with which the Saha is used and the Tritiya Vibhakti is coming on that, that is Apradhana. So that is actually Apradhana Karta. Pradhana Karta Pita Asti. So as per the sutra. When we say Putrena Sa Pita Gacchati, Pita is the Pradhana Karta, Vyakarana Ritya, Vyakarana Drishtya. Putrena Putra becomes the Apradhana here. But in practice, it could be other way, right? Then the
Sorry, you have earlier taught us that when we use saha, always the joint word should be in tritiya. Is it the same rule you are applying now, sir?
Yes. This is the same
thing. Studied it long back.
Yes. And as you know, that saha is not mandatory, so it can be hidden. So you can just say putrena pita gacchati, which also means saha is implied there. Putrena pita gacchati means putrena doesn't become karakam there. So, saha is indicate putrena saha gacchati, with him pita goes. Then ena angavikaraha. So here angavikara means the vikriti. Vikara means what? Vikriti. What is vikriti? Samyavan in English? Vikara.
I think it is naughty actions.
Huh? No, not naughty. Not naughty. Vikriti, vikara is the deformation.
Is it ugly?
Deformation. So there is, it is supposed to be in some state, but it's in a different state. So deformation. So udaharanam. So anybody, usually this is used with respect to shariram, anga. So udaharanam, prasiddha udaharanam asti saha akshnakanah. Akshnakanah. Akshna. So only kana means blind by one eye. Okay? If it is blind both eyes, mostly we say andha. That is the okay. But one eye, one eyesight is missing is a kana. So kana, saha kana is enough here. We understand. But to emphasize that, we used how, by what is missing in that person to make him a kana. One eye is missing. So we say akshna. Akshna is akshi is the again akshin napumsakapadam. Akshna tritiya bhakti. Netrena. You can say netrena kana kanaha akshna kanaha tritiya. The tritiya is used here. What is deficient in that person to make him that deformity? सः काणः अस्ति कथं काणः अक्षणाकाणः अथवा केन काणः अक्षणाकाणः नेत्रेण काणः. Similarly, one leg is missing. So in Sanskritam we call it khanja. Khanjah. Katham kena khanjah? One leg, by leg. Saha padena khanjah. Khanjah. Even kubja. Kubja, most of you know. Then kubja means kubja means short, but hunchback. Hunchback.
Short,
Kubja.
yeah, with a hunch behind.
Hunch behind. So why is it hunch behind? Because there is a deformity in the back. So you can say prusthena, prushtha is back. Prusthena, saha prusthena kubja. So this is an interesting example.
Mandara.
Not too much. Huh?
Mandara. Ramayana.
Manthara.
Yeah.
Manthara.
Mandara is a kubja.
Kubja. So there is an interesting example here. So when we say angavikara, deformity, it doesn't necessarily deficiency. So it could be deformity, right? Deformity. It's unnatural, abnormal. So somebody is having like 4 arms. Generally, we don't find a 4-armed human being. So you can say chaturbhuja. Chaturbhuja here being bahurvihi. Chaturbhuja means this word is referring to a person who has 4 arms, not 4 arms themselves. This is like Kanaha, Khanjaha, Kubja. They are referring to the person, not the deformity itself, abnormality. But this, similarly, Chaturbhuja means the person having 4 arms. So his akara is abnormal. Vikrutah iti. Katham vikrutah Chaturbhuja katham jnayate? Vapusha, by his body, can say. So this is another example which we find here. Saha Vapusha Chaturbhuja. By bodily he is 4-armed. Okay. The next one is Ittam Bhuta Lakshane. Ittam Bhuta Lakshane. Ittam Bhuta means this is how it is. Ittam means like this. Ittam means like this. Evam. Like you know the word evam. Evam bhavati. So in that place, Ittam. You can use Ittam also. Ittam Bhuta Lakshane. So udaharanam atra. So to indicate somebody, someone by his like a lakshana or his character, and to define that character itself gets the Tritiya Bhakti to indicate. We'll see the example here. So what is the example? Muni. Some sage is sitting there at a distance. So how do we know that is Muni? Muni's general characters are, he has like this jata or kamandalo besides him. So by that, those define his characters. Right? So we can say kamandalo na munihi, kamandalo na munihi. So he is a muni by kamandalu. That's a translation, but again, translations are not exact or may not be correct. So the kamandalu is defining the characteristic of the muni. Kamandalo na munihi. Like that. Then Tapasa, another famous example here. Jatahish Tapasa. Jata asti iti karanat Tapasa. So we know that he is a Tapasa, Tapasvi. Jatahi Tapasvi. Jatahi Tapasa, Tapasvi. jata asti iti karanat tapasa. Similarly, other one is vacha madhuraha. He is sweet talker. Madhuraha, we are referring to again a person here. Sweet talker. He is sweet or sweet talker. How? By his talks. Vacha, by his speech. By his speech is sweet. Then this the last one, there's a Vartika. There are more sutras. Again, I'm skipping a lot of them, but they are.
Sir, what you just now told the Kamandalu Namuni, Jada, these are which Vibhakti, sir?
Kamandalana is the third vibhakti, right? Tritiya. Kamandalana vibhakti.
It's all Tritiya vibhakti.
Huh?
Tritiya.
Tritiya, yes. In Vacha is Tritiya. Vach is Pratipadikam. Vacho, Vacha. So here Vacha is a Tritiya.
And Jadapi also Tritiya.
Jatabihi Tritiya Bahuvachanam. Jatabihi. Jata is the Shabda there. Jataha.
Jadapi.
Last one is Prakrutyaadibhyah Upasankhyanam. Prakriti Adibhyah Upasankhyanam. Upasankhyanam means, again, Upasankhyanam means apply the same rule. Upasankhyanam, what rule? Is Tritiya. Tritiya Vibhakti should be applied to Prakriti Adibhyah. Prakriti, etc. words. So what is this Prakriti, etc. words? So in the Ganapatha, there is a supplementary book work to the Ashtadhyayi. Ashtadhyayi refers, and many others, Karana Grantha also refer to this Ganapatha. Ganapatha means Ganas, groups of words. So which is very useful. Ganapatha means the Ganapatha has a list of these groups of words. Certain words are grouped together into different groups. So one of them is Prakriti Adibhya. So there are other groups also, like Avyaya. Some Avyayas are also grouped into certain different categories, etc. But now the group we are interested here is Prakrityadi. Prakriti, starting with a Prakriti. Prakriti is a word. Right? Prakriti means what? Nature. So Prakriti Adi. So there is a group in that Ganapatha starting with the Prakriti. When those words are used, then on those words, Tritiya Bhakti is found in the usage. So this is like a random, right? This is like, because it is very difficult to construe a sutram, Vyakarana sutram, for each and every word usage like this. So what these are in the Vyakarana, these Vyakarana's Purva Vyakarana, they have done. They have found these usages in the language, such usages, and they have separated them in the words, put them into groups. So when a Vyakarana Sutram is formed, then it is very easy just to say that for this group of words, use this rule. So this is one of such rules here, Prakriti-adibhya Upasankhyanam. So the group of the words, Prakriti Gana, Prakriti Gana, the Gana or the group starting with the Prakriti, what happens? Tritiya Bhakti is used. So these are collection of words which we found in the language, which are used in the Tritiya Bhakti, and we don't necessarily find a separate sutra for this, except this one. So udaharanam kim atra saha gotrena bharadvajaha or gotrena gargyah. Any gotra, what if you know your gotra lineage. Even nowadays that gotra lineage is, you can say it's a last name or your surname. It's fine. So that also you can use. So सहगोत्रेण वासिष्ठः सहगोत्रेण भार्गवः सहगोत्रेण Bharadwaja, etc. Somebody belonging to Bharadwaja. So we are saying that basically we are saying is, for example, Saha Vasishtha, or even Vasishtha is also fine, or Vasishtha is fine. So both mean that they belong to the Vasishtha lineage.
I am
So,
Bharadwaja. Myself is Bharadwaja.
Bharadwaja. So Bharadwaja Muni Gotra was there. So in that lineage this has come. So this is not necessary. Yeah, Gotrena. So we can just say Saha Bharadwaja is enough, which means he is a Bharadwaja. We say he was a Dronacharya also Bharadwaja. Saha Bharadwaja is enough, but how? By what character he is a Bharadwaja? Gotrena Bharadwaja. So this Gotrena, how is it getting the Tritiya Bhakti here? There is no Anga Vikara, etc. here. It doesn't necessarily, it's not actually Ittam Bhota. We don't see any physical character like a Kamandalana Jatavi here. Just a Gotrena. So this Gotrena, Gotra Shabda is put in that Prakriti, the group of words starting with the Prakriti. So this Gotra comes in that. So there are many words in that. So so even this Sukhena, Dukkhena, those also they fall in that group Prakrityadi. Udaharanam Balaha or Purushaha Dukkhena Roditi. So Dukkhena Roditi, Dukkhena by sorrow is crying. So Dukkhena is also, Dukkha is also included in this Prakrityadi Gana. And also Namna. This is a very common usage, like Saha Namna, somebody's name. Saha Namna, any name you can take. Saha Namna Maruti. So by name he is Maruti. And this is more apt when it is Anvarthakana. I mean, we are actually stating that character matches his name. So that makes more meaningful. Though it can be used for any saying that my name is this. So instead of saying that Saha Namna this. But this becomes more apt, saying like Saha Namna Shura. Somebody's name itself is Shura. And he is actually brave. And you can say Saha Namna Shuraha. You know that there are many people having the Shura name, Shura in their name. So Saha Namna Shuraha. Another one like Vayasa. This Vayas is also put in this group. So Vayasa. Saha Vayasa Ashtadashiyah. Yeah, for example. Saha Vayasa, he is 18 years old. So Saha Ashtadashiyah, Ashtadashavarshiyah. So that is enough. He is 18 years old. But how? By age. So by age is additional information, additional word that is added there. Saha Vayasa Ashtadashiyah, something. The Vayasa can be added. So that is how this Vayasa is coming there. So it is just how coming. It's a language first of all, and that is supported by putting by this Vartika, and this Vayasa is put in that just one Gana. Okay, so then so here we see that prathak vina nana is tritiya anyatrasyam. This prathak vina nana nanabhi, with prathak vina and nana, these words, tritiya is used. So tritiya is already here. So we used it with dvitiya because there is anyatrasyam. So, mitram prathak saha na bhunkte na khadati. So in that case we use dvitiya, but tritiya can also be used. Mitrena prathak saha na khadati. Tena vina tranam na chalati. Tena is tritiya. So the same sutra comes there. Prathak vina nanabhi. Tritiya and anyatarasya. So other kinds of usage is also fine, not only tritiya. So anyatarasya we already saw dvitiya, tritiya, and then in next we see panchami. When we see panchami usage is also found with prathak vina and nana. So that is supported by this anyatarasya, dvitiya, tritiya, panchami with prathak vina nana.
What's the meaning of pragar? Pragar. Pragar.
Prakrityadibhyah.
No.
Meaning
Just before you told. Just before what you are showing.
this one prathak.
Yeah. Prathakvina means.
Prathak means separate, right?
Prathak means
That
separate.
we have seen the last episode. Prathak vina and nana. There are 3 words in this. All meanings separate. So what is the udaharanam? Anybody udaharanam? Smriti Bhagini, what is the udaharanam with prathak? Telangan Mode.
जलेन पृथक् मीनाः न जीवन्ति.
Jalena prathak minaha na jivanti. Prathak means without, separately. So in that place, in the place of prathak, you can use also vina. Vina and nana, prathak and all are same meanings. Karta Mode.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Jalena vina minaha na jivanti. Jalena prathak na jivanti. Jalena nana na jivanti.
All these are same meaning, no?
Same meaning, yeah.
Happy. Okay.
Then apavarge tadarthe chaturthi. Now moving on to chaturthi. As a Upapada, chaturthi generally we saw before. It's used in the panchami, sampradhanam. Right? So in chaturthi as Upapada Vibhakti, tadarthe chaturthi vacha is vartikam. Tadarthe means for something. The action is being done for the purpose of something. उदाहरणं किं सः पूजनाय पुष्पं आचिनोति, is picking the or plucking the flowers for worshipping. सः पूजनाय पुष्पाणि आहरति or आचिनोति. So पूजनाय, there we are using the chaturthi. Balika पूजनाय, पूजनार्थम can be used also, Instead of in that place we are using pujanaya. These are common usages, right? Pujanaya, something we are doing something for something. For example, aham mokshaya devam prarthayami, because I want to get
Pita putraya phalam dadati.
That is a karakam, right? That we saw that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, sampradana. Dadati when it comes on to
aham bhojanaya graham gacchami.
Bhojanaya graham gacchami. Now, other example interesting here is nayati. We saw that nayati, right? Nayati, when nayati is used, there is no sampradana. But so for udaharanam, let's say saha dugdham nayati. So that nayati is a sakarmaka dhatu, so we get the dugdham and the dvitiya karma padam. But for whom you are taking it, that will get the chaturthi. It's not sampradana there. For his purpose, you are carrying the kshiram or dugdham. So saha balaya udaharanam saha balaya dugdham nayati. Saha kim yajnartham pashum nayati. Yajnaya pashum nayati. Another peculiar usages we find in, you might find like so previously before we just now saw saha pushpani. What is the example? Achinoti pujanaya achinoti. Suppose he is going to vanam to pluck the flowers. So saha pushpebhyah gacchati. You can say that saha pushpebhyah gacchati. Here pushpebhyah chaturthi bahuvachanam. Pushpebhyah gacchati. So this kind of weird looking usages you might find. Saha pushpebhyah gacchati. So saha gacchati. Kutra gacchati, vanam gacchati, which is not explicitly stated here, but pushpebhyah, pushpaya. So to get here at chaturthi, but what is intending here? To get the pushpa, to get the flowers. So here that tumun and tum padam is hidden here. So pushpani anetum gacchati. That anetum or ahartum, anetum, tum is intended here, implied here. So this is like a short form. Instead of saying saha pushpani anetum gacchati, so that pushpani anetum is combined and it becomes pushpebhyah. Chaturthi is applied there. So that tumannanta padam can be collapsed into chaturthi bhakti here. Another example here is these are common examples like even the ahartam gacchati itself or patitum gacchati. This also is an example. Patitum gacchati, patanaya gacchati. Right? So this can be stated patitum gacchati, patanaya gacchati. Patanaya So actually, when we say patanaya gacchati, patanartham gacchati, pathitum gacchati, they are all meaning the same. So there is another sutra which is supporting this kind of usage of chaturthi here, patanaya gacchati, which means patitum. The tumunnanta is tumun padam is converted to chaturthi bhakti here. Khaditum gacchati, khadanaya gacchati. Okay, the next one which is common we find is the last one here. Namaswasti swaha swara alam vashad yogacha. Namah swasti swaha swadha alam vashat yogacha. So with the association of these words, which words? Namah, swasti, swaha, swadha and alam and vashat. Vashat or vashad. Both. Vashat or vashad. So in these, with these words, in association of words, the other words which come, they get the chaturthi bhakti. Namaha, we know.
Now it is clearing my doubts. I have sent an email to you. Do you remember, sir? I sent an email to you, Namah Shivaya.
Yeah. Namah Shivaya, yes.
How it comes in Chaturthi Bhakti, I had sent for a clarification. You said we'll discuss that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Namaha Swasti
Sir, after
Swaha.
Swaha, what is that, sir? After Swaha?
Swadha.
After Swaha. Swaha.
Swadha.
Swadha. Swadha.
So these are all avyaya. Namaha Swasti Swaha Swadha Alam Vashat. So all except Alam. This Namaha Swasti Swaha Swadha and Vashat, these are used as a respect showing words.
Vashat,
Namaha is very common. Namaha and Vashat is also respect only. This Namaha and Swasti we know.
Yes.
Like Janebhya Swasti, Jantubhyam Swasti, and then Sarvebhya Swasti, Devaya Namaha, Shivaya Namaha, all that we know. But now the Swaha, Swadha and Vashat, these are more common in Veda, and Veda means in the Homa and Yajna, etc. Like Swaha, I think you know Swaha. Swaha if you are doing the Homa, Havana.
Yeah. When we do Homa and all.
Indraya Swaha, Agne Swaha, etc. Right? Swaha we know. So what is Swaha here? Swaha here Ahuti Arpanam Bhavati Tatha. So here Agnaye Swaha. Swaha is again respect, showing respect, offering. So something. And similarly Swadha is also used. And this Swadha and Vashat also. Pitrubhya Swadha. This Swadha is mostly, not a rule, but mostly we find this Swadha when you are, like Swaha is used with Agni, Indra, etc. Right? Like Swadha is used with the Pitru Devata. Pitru Devata, when you are Shraddha, Tarpana, etc. When you are using that, then Swadha, Pitrubhya Swadha. When every day this Pitru Tarpana is with Nitya Karma is supposed to be done, then that is Pitrubhya Swadha. Then there is a Vashat, is also like certain groups of categories of Devata. This Vashat word is more found, like Indraya Vashat, this is a common one. Indraya Vashat. Vashat is also again Namaste, like Namaha, or salute or respect. Indraya Vashat. Okay. So with these, all these are avyam, and then with these the Chaturthi Bhakti is used.
We say Agnaye Swaha. No? Huh? In the home of Agnaye Swaha.
Swaha.
Agnaye.
Yeah, Agne Swaha. Then Alam. This Alam, why I'm writing La first. Alam means paryaptam iti artha. Enough, sufficient, paryaptam. Udaharanamasti, or like a match. Match means a good match, right? Udaharanam, Bhimaha Duryodhanaya Alam. Bhima is a match or enough to defeat Duryodhana. Like that. Bhima Duryodhanaya Alam. Alam is used not only in this sense, it has different meanings, like Alam Shramena. I think we saw that before. Alam Shramena means enough of doing. Shrama means hard work. Alam Shramena means enough of doing hard work. So that we have seen before in the Tritiya, I think. But now here Alam is coming in a different sense, that Paryaptam in that sense. Enough. Enough means what? Sufficient. We are not trying to stop anything from doing anything here, but we're saying that Bhimaha Duryodhanaya Alam. What are the other examples? Somebody is enough for somebody. Somebody, you can say somebody who killed what? Like Krishna Narakasura Alam. And what? Who?
Ram
Ravanaya
Alam. Bhimaha Jarasandhaya Alam. Okay. Then on to Panchame Bhakti. Yatascha Adva Kala Nirmanam Tatra Panchami. So Panchame Bhakti we find, we'll just see the examples here, which commonly we find, like Gruhat Karyalaya Yojanam Yojana Duram Asti. We can say that, like Gruhat. Suppose you have said your workplace is some distance away. Gruhat Karyalaya Yojana Duram. Yojana Duram, Yojanam is enough there. Yojanam Asti. So here Gruhat Karal. So here we are not exactly saying separation. There is separation bhava you can think of, but there is no actually apadana. That thing is not exactly there. So Gruhat Karyalaya Yojanam Asti. So we are just indicating the distance in between the two. So Gruhat Karyalaya Yojanam. Similarly, this is the example of Adva. Adva means distance here. And similarly, Kala. Kala also. Kala example is, for example, Deepavali Parva, Somavasarat. Suppose it is, सोमवासरात् मासे भवति. सोमवासरात् मासे. दीपावली पर्व, दीपावली उत्सव. सोमवासरात् पंचमी is used. सोमवासरात् मासे भवति. Within a month it's happening. Within a month from when? From Soma. Any random example here. Somavasarat, from Monday. Here the Somavasarat again, there is no implying of apadana, so we're just indicating this distance from in terms of time. So space and time here. Kala adva. Kala adva. Nirmana means here it's a measurement. Nirmana is used to indicate measurement here. Adva, space and time, measurement, to indicate that Panchami Bhakti is being used here. अन्यारादिरर्थे दिक्शब्दांचू तत्र पदाजाहि युक्ते.
Can you kindly give an example for nirman?
No, nirman means measurement.
Measurement.
Measuring the distance or kala, time. When we measure the kala and time kala and space, time and space from something, then Panchami Vibhakti is used. So one example here we saw Grahat Karyalaya is the distance or the space. Right? Other example, Somavasarat, Nutan Varshaha, Mase Asti. So there we are measuring the time.
Okay. One more note, what is this Kashika?
Kashika is a commentary on Ashtadhyayi. So there we see this statement. To support this, Grihat Karyalaya Katham. So how is it Grihat Panchami is getting on the Grihat or Somavasarat? So we don't directly find that sutra in the Ashtadhyayi, but the commentary on that Ashtadhyayi supports this kind of usage.
But it is not Vartyam also.
No, Vartika is, you can say, but this is not from by that Vartikakara Katyayana. It's Kashika. Kashika was written by whom? I forgot. Who was that? No. Then other examples we find with respect to this 2.3.29 example here is again common. Sarvasah Krishnat Anyah. Krishnat Anyah. What we are saying? Sa Krishnat Bhinnaha. Again, Prathak. This is the meaning of Prathak only here, right? Prathak means he is different. Saha Krishnat Anyah. So he is a different from Krishna. So Anya is used here. So when we say Anya or its synonyms, then this Panchami Vibhakti is used from which it is being different. Saha Krishnat Anya, Saramat Anya, etc. Or Bhinna, synonyms like Bhinna, etc. can also be used. So the other words are in the sutra. There are Anya, Arat, Rute, Dik. So these words, Dik Shabda and Anchu, these are also there. I'll just demonstrate the examples here quickly. One next word is Arat. There with Arat is an avayam. Arat has two meanings. This is a weird special word in Sanskrit. Arat means both close and far. Samipa and Dura, both. This has both the meanings. Samipa and Dura, Arat. So you can use this Arat to say Samipa also, Dura also. So how do we know? Again, context. Context means without context, we don't know what this Arat means. So when we say Gruhat Arat Udyanam Asti or Vanam Asti. Gruhat Arat Vanam Asti. So it means near the house there is a forest. So whether it is near the house, Dura house, we don't know unless you know somehow by other context. Yeah. Another example, Durjanat or Durjanebhyah, which is Panchami Bahuvachanam. Durjanebhyah Arat Tishtatu. Stand away from the Durjanas. So there, by the context we know, Durjanebhyah Panchami Arat Tishtatu. So generally, mostly we don't say stand near the Durjanas. Generally, we wish to be away from the Durjanas. So there Arat means away, Dure, it is Spashtam. But here, Grihat Arat, Spashtam Nasti. What is Arat? Duram or Samipam? So there in that sentence, Anya Arat Rarte. Rarte means Rute. The Sandhi is there. So Rute is another word. Rute also means Anya or Prathak only. Means without. So Udahanam Kim. Jalam Rute Minahana Jivanti. One example. Another one is Jalam, na? The Panchami. We want to use Panchami here. Jalat Rute. Then Mitrebhyah Rute. Na Anandaha. So without friends, there is no happiness. Mitrabhya being Panchami, Mitrat Rute, Mitrabhya Rute. I'll just skip those middle words and take the last word called Anchu. That's interesting there. Anchu. Anchu is Anchu Dhatu. Anchati. Generally, Anchati means shows respect. But Anchu Dhatu, when used with upasargas like prak, pra becomes ak. Prak we know, right? Prak means purvam, before. This, what is this ak here? Pra plus ak. That ak is the Krudanta form of that ach dhatu. So prak, udaharanam suryodayat prak. Suryodayat prak brahmanam gacchami. So suryodayat prak, before the suryodaya happens, I go for walking. So there the Panchami is coming because of this prak. And this prak has this ak, ach dhatu in it. So that's what is being said here. Anchu. Prak, pra ak. Suryodayat prak brahmanam gacchami. Udahan. Okay, I'll just skip then this we already saw. Prathak vina nana vistritiya anyatrasyam. Prathak vina nana, with these words, Panchami also can be used. So, Ditiya, Tritiya, Panchami, we find these usages, Prayoga, Bhashayam, Drishyante, Prathak vina nana. Okay, then Panchamyang paribhihi. Panchami ang paribhihi. So here again the karma pravachaniya thing comes into picture. This karma pravachana we saw with the Dvitiya Vibhakti there, Anurlakshane, etc. So that when upasarga word like this anu, pari, etc., they get this certain, they are used in certain meanings, then they get the karma pravachaniya sanya. But when they get the karma pravachaniya sanya, for different words, different vibhaktis are used. Okay? So those we saw there, ruksham, luksham, prati, etc. Bhima, Manu, Kauravaha, etc. So now here Panchami also is used when Ang and Pari, these are used as a karma pravachaniya. Ang is one of the words, like can be used as upasarga also, like agachit, etc. And then Pari is also another one. So here what happens? If they are used as karma pravachaniya, then the other word which comes with this gets the Panchami Vibhakti. Udaharanam kim? So, there's a typo here. Let me fix it first. Panchami, apang paribhi. Panchami is used with apa, ang, pari. So these three actually. Okay. So so ang. Then when it is used in the language, this nga goes away. This is just a vyakarana. Because of the vyakarana, it is added nga there. But generally, in the usage, we just find a. So examples: a Himalayat. A Himalayat.
Bharatadesha.
Bharatadesha. So what does that mean? Himalayat Bharatam or Bharatadesha. What does that mean? So the I is again freestanding here. Freestanding means while writing, if you join like this, there is no problem. Okay? Writing is different. But as a word, it is a freestanding, separate. It's not part of the Himalayat Padam. When you define a pada, you're not part of that word. So writing is different. Even the previous writing, whatever we wrote, Anu, Vruksham, Vruksham Prati, even if you write the whole thing with one less horizontal line, that's okay. You don't care. But as a defined, pada is defined there, as far as pada is different. A Himalayat Bharatadesha means, what does that mean? Bharatadesha, is it up to Himalaya or including Himalaya?
Including?
Including. And then this I is again, like Arat we saw, Arat can have the meaning of Samipe and Dure also, right? So, like A has also two meanings. It means including, sometimes it means excluding, up to that, up to Himalaya. In this case, it could mean. But again, context important. So if you say Pataliputrat, let's say, that's an example I read somewhere. We can use any nagaram. I think we have seen this. I remember this example. Chennai nagarat rushtihi abhavat. So there, Chennai nagarat means what? Including Chennai nagara or up to Chennai nagara. It could mean both. Rained until or including Chennai nagara. So it could mean again when we use up to or including, both are possible. Again, it depends on the context.
Sir,
Yes. Hello. Do you have another 15 minutes? I just want to complete this, and then I'm not sure next week. And maybe there, may not be there. You can just quickly look at the Saptami and Shashthee. Some examples here. Is it okay?
yes, sir.
Mahoday.
So, Saptami Adhikarane, so in the Adhikarana Karaka that we have seen, Saptami Vibhakti is applied. But similarly, Saptami is applied in two more cases here. Yasya cha bhave cha bhava lakshanam means bhava lakshana Saptami or bhava Saptami or sati Saptami, sat Saptami. So many is referred to by many different ways. Sati Saptami, sat Saptami is common. So what bhava lakshana Saptami? What does that mean? Udaharanam kim? So one उदाहरण किं बालेषु any example you think? So one शिक्षके आगते बालकाः उत्थिताः शिक्षके आगते बालकाः छात्राः बालकाः किं उपविष्टाः उत्थिताः. Okay. So we are saying here, as when the shikshaka entered, then balaka, the children, they sat down. So here what is happening? Where balaka upavishta is the main sentence here. Balakaha upavishtaha abhavan. So they sat down. But when that action happened, when the referring to another action here. Suppose shikshakasya agamanam is another action. So when the shikshaka came, then balaka they sat down. So we are referring this one. There are actually two kriyas happening here.
Mahoday, Sati Saptami also you can say.
Yeah, no? Sati Saptami, Sat Saptami, okay. Bhava Lakshana Saptami. Sati means what? Sati is a Sati Saptami. Sati is a Sat Padasya Saptami Vibhakti. Sat means what? Something existing. Sat. Asudhatu becomes Sat, right, in the Kridanta. Sat means something existing. Then Sati is the Saptami Bhakti of that Sat. Sati means when something exists. In that case, the Saptami Bhakti is being used. So that is Sati Saptami here. So what we are saying that there are two actions happening here. There is Upavishta, Upaveshana Kriya Bhavati. At that time, agamana kriya is also happening. In that case, so we are keeping one kriya in the normal tinganta, you can say. You can also use tinganta here, but upavishtaha bhavan abhavan is the kriyapadam in this case. Now the other kriya which is happening is we are using the krudanta form of that, and we are adding the saptami there. So shikshake agate. So generally we can also say yada shikshakaha agachat tada balakaha upavishtaha bhavan. So that way we can say that. But what that means, yada shikshaka agachat means when shikshaka came. So there in that case, generally it means that after the completion of the agamana kriya of shikshaka, then the balaka they sat down. But in this case, it generally means that as the shikshaka is entering, then the balaka they sat down. That is, just sati saptami is very commonly used. This kind of, when something is happening, something else is happening. Now, Shashthee chanadare. Now, this only if you say shikshake agate balaka upavishta bhavan. In some cases you find the Shashthee prayoga also in place of saptami here, where you say shikshake agate saptami, right? Shikshaka and agata, they are visheshana bhava sambandha asti tatra. So that is why we find the they are in the same vibhakti, shikshake agate. Because who is coming? Shikshaka is coming. This is fine as a sati saptami, but sometimes we also find the Shashthee usage in place of saptami here. So, for example, shikshakasya agatasya. So, agatasya we change to Shashthee, and because of the shikshaka also changes to Shashthee. Shikshakasya agatasya balakaha upavishtaha. So why are we using Shashthee there? Normally, not always. So as another means disrespect. So balaka they sat down when the shikshaka entered. So there, to indicate the another disrespect to shikshaka and to his agamana kriya, the Shashthee is used. Shikshakasya agatasya, which is actually sati only. Means the kriyas are happening there simultaneously, upaveshana and the agata. But sati saptami do not generally mean the disrespect. Though there is we might find usages in either way, especially Shashthee. Shashthee, when we use shikshakasya another, shikshakasya agatasya, generally it implies another disrespect as per this. But there are very common uses of Shashthee, not in the another or disrespect sense also. Just like Sati Saptami, Shashthee is also found very widely. Okay. Now the other one is Yatascha Nirdharanam. This one is, there also Saptami is used. This is also common, that if there is a group, let's say, if there is a group of people with certain characters. So, udaharanam kim? Purusheshu kim? Purusheshu or not Purusha.
Goshu dukhyamanasu gataha.
Yeah, that is a Sati Saptami.
Oh, Sapti. Okay.
So here, what we find, let me see, good example. We can make many examples. So here, Manusheshu Kshatriyah. within the Manushya, Kshatriya is there, and we are referring to some character there. Okay. Or udaharanam Goshu, you give the Dushyamana also, but Yatascha Nirdharanam, Nirdharanam means Nirdhara, what is Nirdhara? Nirdharanam means we are separating and setting this apart by some character or its action. So Goshu Krishna. Krishna means generally, I don't know, I'm not expert with the cows. Goshu Krishna Kshiratama. That is simplifying one examples here. Kshiratama means it gives lot of milk. The one which is black. Krishna means milk, black cow. Krishna Varna, black cow. Goshu, within the Go Jati, Krishna, the one which is black, is Kshiratama, which is of highest milk giving. Kshiratama. So what we are doing here, Krishna, Kshiratama. So we are separating the Krishna cow within the group of the cow or Jati. So that Jati gets the Saptami here, Goshu. This is one example. Again, same thing you can say. Deveshu Shiva Mangalakaraha. So Deveshu Deva Shiva Mangalakaraha. So there or Nagareshu something. Sundar. Nagareshu Sundaratamam Nagaram Kim. Something you can say. Desheshu Bharatam.
Bharatadesha.
Tatra. So we see the Shashthee, Saptami. Shashthee also can be used there. So there is another. That's cha. That what is a cha there? Cha is also indicating the cha means another. Something else also can be used there. So there the Shashthee also can be used. Like here Goshu Krishna. Instead of there Shashthee we can use Gavam, Venunam, Krishna, Kshiratama, or Nagareshu, Nagaranam, something. Or Deshanam, Bharatam, Sundaram. Those Shashthee is also possible. So that's about Ditya to Saptami Upapada Vibhakti. Now coming to Shashthee, we have not seen the Shashthee at all. Now the Shashthee is not comes under the Karakam. So exactly, as you see, all the sutras coming in the Ditya Adhyaya here. Shashthee Sheshe, the Shashthee Sheshe comes here, the sutra 2-350 towards the end, right? 50, as you see all these sutras like having this 2, 3, 14, 16, etc. And that is towards the end. That means it's like kind of overriding. Like Shashthee Sheshe. What does that mean, Sheshe? Shashthee Vibhakti is used. Vibhakti means again Pratyaya. Shashthee Vibhakti is used. Sheshe. Sheshe means when the other Karakas are not implied. We want to avoid that Karaka. Karaka means again what? Sambandha with the Kriyanvayi. Kriya. Where with the Kriya, this Karma, Karana, Sampradana, Apadana, and Adhikarana. These Karakas we want to avoid. Then the Shashthee Vibhakti. Avoid means what? Avoid means we don't want to imply that. So, for example, Rajakaya Vastram Dadami. So, there we are using Sampradana, Rajakaya Vastram Dadami. But you do not, sometimes we find the usage like Rajakasya Vastram Dadami. Okay. There the Sampradana is not implied there. There we just want to use it casually, you can say, casually. And these kind of usages we find in other languages also. Just casually use the words in some other vibhakti. Right now I forgot, I should have written it down. There are some examples I found, remembered before. But anyway, so except the prathama vibhakti is not a karaka vibhakti. So that, like kartru karakam is there, but for kartru karakam there is a tritiya is specified in the Vyakarana. But when the prathama vibhakti is used, like Ramaha, Agachati, Ramaha, Sati, the prathama vibhakti is not a karaka. It's used because of pratipadika artha linga matra vachana parimana matre. So in that sense, that for that purpose the prathama vibhakti is being applied. So here the Shashthee Sheshe, we are not replacing the prathama, right? Or so only the other karakas in those places when we don't want to imply those, then the Shashthee vibhakti is used. Now the other usage, which is Shashthee vibhakti, we know that sambandha, to indicate the sambandha, right? So this Rajnyaha Purushaha Raja Purushaha, famous example, right? Raja Purushaha. So what is Raja Purushaha? If you break, this is a compound word, so if you break this, what does it mean?
Rajyah Purushaha.
Rajnyaha means the Purusha belongs to Raja, right? Purusha belongs to Raja. Something belongs to somebody. So sambandhan suchayitum Shashthee vibhakti prayogatra. Because there is no other vibhakti is specified to can be applied, because there is not a karana, it's not a pratipadika linga vachana matra, it's not a sampradana, etc. So only what is left here, only we can use the Shashthee Sheshe. For something else, use Shashthee. So here Rajnyaha Purushaha, Raja Purushaha. So Purusha belongs to Rajnya. Raja doesn't belong to Purusha. So Rajnyaha Purusha, Raja Purusha, not Purusha Raja. Purusha Raja has a total different meaning. So we are using Raja Purusha here. Similarly, what are the other examples with this sambandha?
Dasharathasya putraha.
Okay, Dasharatha putraha. And what else? What else? So
Vrikshasya parnam. Vrikshaparna.
Vrikshaparnam. And anything belonging to anything. Asmad Bhumiputra, Asmad Bhaktihi, anything. Mad Bhaktihi, Mama Bhaktihi, Mad Bhaktihi. Mat Putraha, anything. Mama Putraha, Mat Putraha. But you are just making it a compound word there. So, Yatascha Nirdharanam, we already saw that example here. And Shashthee Hetu Prayoge. So, उदाहरणम् अत्र भवति किम् some more examples here. Shashthee Sheshe, even that Rajakasya Vastram Dadami. So Rajakasya Vastram Dadami tatrapi Rajakasya Vastra is not belonging to Rajaka there. Right? We are giving it to Rajaka, but we are not implying that Sampradana there. We are still giving, but we do not want to use the Chaturthi Bhakti. So we can just use Shashthee there. And Shashthee is very, very, very widely and widely used. You will find it everywhere, and we'll have to know it by the context only, what's happening. Here one example, vasasya bhavanam. Vasasya bhavanam. Vasasya bhavanam. Bhavanam means graham. Vasasya graham. Vasagraham. So here we are putting the vasasya bhavanam. So what does this mean? Vasaya bhavanam can be used. Tadatya chaturthi, we saw that before. Vasaya, ushitum, bhavanam. So what is this vasasya bhavanam? Does bhavana belong to vasa, like rajnyaha, purushaha? In that example, purusha is belonging to raja. But here bhavana, does it belong to vasa? No, right?
Bhavanam is vasa yogya.
Vasa yogya. Vasaya bhavanam, for the purpose of. So in that sense also we are using that. Instead of vasaya we are using vasasya here. This is also valid. So we find this all the time. Other examples common nowadays is like suvarnasya. Suvarnasya, something is made of suvarna or swarna. Ema.
Abhushan.
Suvarnasya bhushanam. So there it is, bhushana is made of suvarna. It's not exactly belonging to it. Suvarnena nirmitam bhushanam iti arthaha. So there also Shashthee is coming here. Rukshasya shakha, that also. Shakha belongs to, is a avayava of ruksha. So, Rukshasya shakha. Suvarnasya kundalam. Rajnyaha purushaha. There, Rajnya purusha is Swami. Swami Sambandha is owning that person. Purusha belongs to that Rajya. Avayava, we have this Rukshasya Shakha. And Suvarnasya Abhushanam. There we have again Vikara, Vikruti. So from the Suvarna itself, it's transforming into this Bhushana. So there is a Vikruti. So all these examples, they indicate different kinds of relationship between the two, where the Shashthee is being used. Another example here is Matuhu Smaranam. So, Matuhu Smaranam, Matu Smarati actually. Matu Smarati examples are also found. Matu Saha Matu Smarati. So what is this Saha Matu Smarati? This Matu, we are using Shashthee here. Saha Matu Smarati. Matuhu Smaranam Karoti iti artha. Or Mataram Smarati. Actually it should have been Mataram Smarati. Mataram Smarati, right? Smarati, something we are remembering. Saha Mataram Smarati. He remembers his Mata. Mataram Smarati. But instead of Dvitiya, we find some usages, such usages like Matu Smarati. He remembers of Mata. That kind of usage is also found. So other one we saw before, like Upari. Upari, when was that? Ditya Viktat? Upari or Uparishtat. Shashthee, we found that. Shashthee like Tasya Upari, Utpitikaya Upari, that way also. But Upari, we saw that Upari also. Right? When the Upari is used, what Vibhaktis we have seen before? Upari, Adhodha.
Dvitiya.
Ditya. Shiraha Upari. So Shiraha Upari. Makshika Brahmati, something like that, we saw that. So, however, Upari, with that, Shashthee is also found. Shirasah, Upari. So the Shashthee is like a, just use it anywhere except this Pratama. Shirasah Upari. So the one I had posted on Telegram, Upari quiz, there one was Shirasah also, I think. So which is technically right, but at that point we are not yet come to the Shashthee. So Shashthee is also correct there. So one couple of things we'll see and wrap up. So one thing, sarvanama namnastritya cha nimitta paryaya prayoge sarvasam prayadarshanam. So this together we'll see. Just so what this means is, in case of sarvanama, for that shashti hetu prayoge, that I can give an example. That also sometimes we find अध्ययनस्य हेतुः अथवा पठनस्य हेतुः. If you take simple अध्ययन or पठनस्य हेतोः, this is षष्ठी. पठनस्य कारणात् नगरे वसामि. So for example, पठनस्य कारणात् नगरे वसामि, that's fine, but if you use hetu over there, then many times we find this usage is the षष्ठी here. पठनस्य हेतोः नगरे वसति. Okay. Now sarvanamna stritiya cha, so I'll just give examples here. Nimitta paryaya prayoge sarvasam prayadarshanam. This is very interesting here, where it says nimitta and its paryaya shabda. Nimitta and its paryaya. Udaharanam, kim nimittam nagare vasasi. Right? Kim nimittam means for what reason. Kim nimittam nagare vasati. Nagare vasati. So for what purpose you are staying in the or living in the city? So kim nimittam, here what is this? This is a ditya bhakti. That is what this is saying. Nimitta paryaya prayoge sarvasam vibhaktinam praya darshanam prayena darshanam bhavati. Sarvasam, all the vibhaktis except the pratama. We could see prayena. So before that there is Sarvanamna Stritiya, which right now we will not get into that. Sarvanama, so this is Sarvanama, right? Kim is a Sarvanama, that's what it is referring to. So Kim Nimittam Nagare Vasasi, for what purpose you are in. So here we see Ditiya, but it can also be said like, or used like Kena Nimittena Nagare Vasati. That is also valid. Kim Nimittam Kena Nimittena and कस्मै निमित्ताय कस्मात् निमित्तात् कस्य निमित्तस्य कस्मिन् निमित्ते, all are fine. That's what it says. But chaturthi bhakti, which is generally is not found in the usage, though it says sarvasam prayadarshanam, I said kasmai nimittaya. Yeah, it technically is fine, but as far as the language, the language out there, we don't find that chaturthi. Similarly, nimitta is nimitta paryaya like a karana. If you use karana, there is also kim karanam nagare vasati, kena karane nagare vasati, kasmat karanat nagare vasati, kasya karanasya, kasmin karane vasati. So those are also found. Yeah. So Kartrukarmano kritihi, that is one important, it's a very important one. Kartrukarmano kritihi. So krit yoge, kritihi means kridanta prayoga when happens. Then kartrukarmano, in the kartru padam yad bhavati, karma padam yad bhavati, tesham shashthi bhakti niyujyate, prayoga bhavati. Now this one, generally, we can say it is like a Shashthee Bhakti used as a Karaka Bhakti here, Karaka Shashthee. Other places those are not directly related with the Kriya, but when here Krit Prayoga, Kridanta Prayoga, which is a representation of the Kriya, with that this Kartru and Karma Pada are being used on them, Shashthee Vibhakti is being used. Then we can, in a sense, say that it's a Karaka Shashthee. So, Udaharanam kim? Udaharanam kim? Smriti Bhagini.
किं महोदय?
कर्तृकर्मणोः कृतिः. उदाहरणं किं? कारकषष्ठी. So here, for example, Ramasya Bana. So here, why is the Shashti being used? What kind of relationship is there? Ramasya Bana. Bana belongs to Rama, correct? So there we are coming with the Shashti, Shesha Shashti. Ramasya Bana. Shesha Shashti is one kind of usage because of this. Shesha Shashti. Another is Karaka Shashti can be said because of this Kartru Karmana Kriti. Now, this one is Bana belongs to Rama, that is the belongings, Sambandha Astyatra. But here, say Ramasya Gamanam. Ramasya Kutra Vanam Gacchati, Kutrachit Gacchati. Ramasya Gamanam. So, what is now happening? Gamana belongs to Rama? Yes, it belongs to Rama. But there is a Kriya here. Gamana Kriya Asti. Ramasya. So what is exactly happening? Who is going? Ramasya Gamanam Atra. Who is going?
Rama is going.
Rama is going. Rama is actually Karta Atra. So
Yeah.
Ramaha Gacchati. That is the other way of putting it. But instead of that, we are using this Kridanta Padam Gamanam, which is a indicating the Kriya here. And then we are saying the Ramasya Gamanam. And the Shashti is using the Rama. So Rama is a Karta. So, but on that Shashti is being used. So we can say it's a Karaka Shashti Atra. But if you think as a Gamana, as a Bhavavachaka, yeah, that Gamana, the whole thing, the going action belongs to Rama. That way there is a Sambandha. Right? Now that is a Kartru Padasya Udaharanam. Ramasya Gamanam, Ramaha Gacchati. Then, what is the Devasya Archakaha? Devasya Archakaha or Pujakaha. So here Pujaka is also a Kridanta Pada. So Pujaka. Now Devasya Pujaka. Devam Pujayati. Somebody is Archakah Devam Pujayati. Devam Pujayati Tatra. If you make that Pujayati as a Kriya Padam, Tinganta Padam, then Devam becomes the Karma Padam. But if you convert that Pujayati to a Pujaka, it's a Kridanta Padam. So then Devam becomes Devasya. Shashti comes on that. So on the Karma Pada, Shashti Vibhakti is coming there. So that way you can think this as a Karaka Shashti in these cases, such cases. The Pujaka is not belonging to Deva here. There is no Sambandha as such. Yeah, Sambandha could be thought of, but there is an action. If you think think of this as an action, then you can think of it that as a Karaka Shashti.
This is also, we can say, the Shashti Tatpurusha.
If you make a compound, here we are not making a Samarthapadam. We are keeping it separate, showing the Shashti Vibhakti. Even in the Rajapurusha also, we want to keep it separate. If you make it same, then there is no...
Then it becomes Shashti.
Yeah. So, these Kartar Karmana Kriti we saw. Then what happens here? Krityanam Kartari Va. Okay. Where do you find this example? Krityanam Kartari Va. Let me get some example here. Another one, last one, let's say. Durantikarte Shashti Annatarasyam. Durantikarte Shashti Annatarasyam. So, example again. It's simple to look at the example. Gramasya Duram किमपि अस्ति. ग्रामस्य दूरं वनम् अस्ति. ग्रामस्य दूरं वनम्. So this, here we are using Shashti, Dura and Antika with these words and synonyms, Nikata, etc. Nikasha. Dura and Antika. Antika means Samipe. Samipe is also another word for Antika. So in those cases, Gramasya Samipam Vanam Asti. So there, Shashti is used. Anyatarasyam. Anyatarasyam means Panchami can also be used. Gramat Duram. Gramasya Duram, Gramat Duram. Gramasya Samipam, Gramat Samipam also can be used. Gramat Antikam Vanam Asti. So that is the example here. There are many other variations are possible with this. Gramasya Duram Vanam. Because Duram also can be can have different forms like Durena, Dure. So that also is possible. Gramasya Durena, Gramasya Dure. Those are also possible.
Here, Antikam, how do we use Antikam, sir?
Antikam is like Samipam.
Oh, Samipam.
Antikam means Samipam. So, Gramasya Antikam Vanam Asti. Gramasya Duram Vanam Asti. Okay. So, let's say we're almost ending here, the last one. Krityanam Kartriva I just selected here because we find such examples many times that Udaharanam Lokahitam Mama Karaniyam. Okay. Krutya, what is Krutya? Krutya is a set of Krut Pratyayas. Within the Krut Pratyaya, some are called Krutya Pratyaya. Okay. This Krutya Pratyaya like Tavya, Tavyat, Aniyar, etc. Like karaniya, kartavya, etc. Okay. So with those words, kartri, kartra shabda, if there is a kartra shabda, kartrupadam, then on that vikalpena, va means vikalpena, alternatively, optionally, what happens? The Shashthee Vibhakti is used. Udaharanam, this is a very famous one. Lokahitam mama karaniyam. There is a padyam, I think. Lokahitam mama karaniyam. Anybody remember this? Know this? Lokahitam mama karaniyam. Here, karaniyam is a kritya pratyaya. It is a krudanta also, and within the krudanta there is 4 5 krit pratyas are there. Kartavya, karaniya, etc. Aniyar, tavya, tavyat, etc. Those get this kritya iti designation. And then in that usage, here you see mama karaniyam. Lokahitam mama karaniyam. What does this mean? Karaniyam means what? To be done. Lokahitam means what? Something good to the world.
People.
Good to the people.
Society.
Yeah.
Good to the society. To be done. To be done by whom?
By me.
By me. So, but by me is coming in the Shashthee here. By me is the kartrupadam, right? Kartra. I have to do it. That is karta aham. So, generally we use not generally. Some optionally we use maya. That is the maya is like a kartrupadam. Like kartrukaraniya tritiya. With that, maya is actually kartrupadam. Maya can be used, but alternatively such usages you find like lokahitam mama karaniyam. Okay.
What word likes I have to do?
Huh?
What word likes I have to do?
Yeah. So another one example here, just not only like I have to like something has to be done good, but generally with this kritya pratyaya, sevyaha. Another example given here is sevyaha harihi. Sevya means sevitavyaha. Your tavyat or aniyar, etc. can be used. Sevaniya. You can use sevaniya also. So what this means, he has to be served. Hari has to be served by me. So we can put maya here. Maya sevyaha harihi or shivaha, anything, devaha. Okay. But in place of that, mama can also be used. Mama sevya hari. So this, if you again translate and think, it might look weird. But again, if you get into the language, these are common. Mama sevya harihi. That means, it actually means maya sevya harihi. Okay, so such example can be found, and we just looked at the surface. I mean, this is an endless subject, Karakam, and even in this Kartrityanam, Kartri, there are exceptions and so on. But again, it depends on the usage. Okay? So, while concluding this Karakam, what I would like to say is that we, instead of getting too much entangled into this sutram, etc., if we just focus on, based on this, these are good ones to know, but more important is to just focus on the language when we study, when we read, when we look at the usages, how they are being used, how they are being formed. So it becomes very interesting to know them. For example, if you are reading Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, etc., anything, if you are reading how these are being used there, different words, it becomes very fantastic to know that. So, any questions, or we can wrap up and close? Thank you for staying back.
धन्यवादः
Dhanyawadaha. I'll post questions to the group and on this, because now we can call it an end, and then we can start attempting answering those questions.
Okay.
Dhanyawadaha.
Is it the end of our